Hi everybody, I'm Marian Bennett, Caldwell banker in Half Moon Bay. Adam Underwood is from Weller O'Brien Insurance.
There are certain things that make purchasing insurance challenging. Wildfire has become a huge issue with the droughts. We've seen all the wildfires that are sweeping through California. So there are certain areas that are getting extremely challenging, even here on the coast side. Parts of Montera, parts of El Granada, Pescadero. There's places that are considered a high wildfire area and therefore are very hard to insure with preferred carriers.
I was very surprised this year to actually find that carrier said that they would not renew the insurance on the house that they had the policy with for a long time. Building code coverage isn't important, and why is it important?
It pays after a loss to rebuild or repair the house to current building codes. Now these codes are constantly changing.
Does unpermitted work have any bearing on coverage?
No, from an insurance standpoint, the insurance companies don't care whether work is permitted or not. The main importance of getting work permitted is to make sure that it's built to code.
Do you have any recommendations on how a homeowner can keep their coverage as low as possible?
The main thing that customers can do to reduce their insurance costs is to take a higher deductible.
What's the difference between an insurance broker and a direct insurer?
So an insurance broker, their main responsibility is to their client. They represent a lot of different companies and they can access the company that best fits their client's needs. An agent who's a captive agent, for example, they have one company. They work for that one company. So they have one product to offer, and if their customer doesn't fit into the underwriting guidelines or the appetite, then they don't have anything to do for that customer.
So what's happening the latest front on flood insurance?
I'd say the main thing for a consumer to be aware of is if they're in a flood zone, they should purchase what's called an elevation certificate. It's real important just to keep your house well maintained. Most claims come from poor maintenance.
What is your take on sort of coverage related to mold?
Most policies have really limited coverage for mold. Insurance policies are meant to cover the sudden and accidental losses. The valve bursts and floods the house. That's an easy one. It's covered all day long. It's those small maintenance leaks, a lot of times, that are not covered. Things when you start to get dry rot, wet rot, you notice your floor is spongy. That's a maintenance issue. It's been dripping for a period of weeks, maybe months. It's not going to be covered by your home insurance.
We see the full spectrum of, a home that's very well maintained compared to a home that hasn't been maintained. When it comes to, you're going to sell your home or someone's going to buy it, it is a factor that's going to be looked at. Does inventory make a difference?
The insurance company is going to require some sort of an inventory from you, and walk around the house with the video camera just talking about what they have, when they acquired it, how much it costs. So that people just think that their home policy is solely for their house. But the whole major second part of that policy is comprehensive personal liability. They're sued by anybody for some sort of personal injury. The most common one, I'd say, is the off-premises property damage liability. Your shopping cart gets away from you at the grocery store and you scratch somebody's car.
Insurance is one of those things that we'd like to not think about, but sometimes we do have to think about, and when you have the right coverage with the right carrier, it gives you all kinds of peace of mind that then you don't have to think about anymore. So anyway, thank you, Adam.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure.